All right, I had to talk about this. We got Shannon Sharpe. Listen, I'm gonna just say this. It's not that serious. You can tell. Man, they trying to just get this dude. Okay, this is crazy. Let's see what they talking
What's
about.
happening to Shannon Sharp makes me very uncomfortable because it only reinforces what we all already knew. We're in a society where, as a man, an
Oh, my
accusation
bad,
is a
y'all.
conviction. Even an accusation without criminal charges is a conviction. And when you're finally exonerated, it wouldn't matter. And that's what's going on with Shannon Sharp. An accusation out the blue is apparently being treated like a conviction. ESPN
That's
has
how it
decided
works.
that they want to shelf Shannon Sharp for a couple of months. I don't care how Shannon Sharp is trying to mask this up or paint it for the media. He got suspended. And it's not just a regular suspension. This is a suspension that I believe is going to lead in him ultimately leaving ESPN for good. We've seen ESPN do this with a lot of people. Donovan McNabb is probably the last major athlete they did it to. Suspend you, claiming that you're coming back after a certain period of time, and then we never hear from you again. Shannon Sharp will release a statement announcing his departure from ESPN temporarily. He will say, "My statement is found here, and this is the truth. The relationship in question was 100% consensual. At this juncture, I am electing, man, cut it out, bruh, to
Let
step
him
aside
elect.
temporarily from my ESPN duties.
You got a
I
little
will be
power.
devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. I sincerely appreciate the overwhelming and ongoing support I have received from my family, fans, friends, and colleagues." Shannon Sharp. ESPN is doing Shannon Sharp a favor by allowing him to come out and say that he's electing to step away. But we all know that's not true. We know ESPN and them big bosses came down and said, "Hey, bro."
Listen, man. Probably so, but let him get his shine. You feel me? I believe he ain't guilty because you could tell how it's set up. This was a setup. All right, plain and simple. This was a money grab, and hey, you gotta know how to move it, man. You can't be, man. Listen, they gonna learn their lesson.
Bro, you doing too much, bro. You gotta go. All right, but this is too messy for us, bro. You got to go.
Yeah,
And I
that's an
do believe
image.
that them doing Shannon Sharp this favor was the righteous thing to do. Well, outside of allowing him to continue his job. But if y'all are not going to allow him to continue his job, allowing him to say that he's stepping away voluntarily is the righteous thing to do. Because when you're in the middle of an investigation that, I mean, really hinges on public perception, to be honest with you, right? Like Shannon Sharp probably would never get criminal charges from this. He's probably going to
No,
go to
it's
civil court.
civil.
They're probably not going to reward this chick anything. But right now, it's the battle for public perception, which is why Tony Busby, her
That's
lawyer,
crazy.
is doing everything he can to really like give these vlogs and blogs exclusives so they can release it. So this is a battle for public perception. So what's a better gem for Tony Busby and this chick who's a legend, Shannon Sharp, did horrible things to her? What's a better gem to come out and say, aha, ESPN did their research into our accusations and they let Shannon Sharp go afterwards? What does that tell you? What does that tell you when your own job is firing you after investigating these accusations? So, of course, they did Shannon Sharp a favor. But I knew the writing was on the wall, to be honest, bro. When Stephen A. Smith did a whole breakdown of his own co-workers' allegations, I've never seen this before. Stephen A. Smith has never done this for anybody else. He did a full breakdown of his own co-workers' allegations. And the way he was speaking about Shannon Sharp was like as if like their time have came to an end. Right? Talking about how he spoke to the boss and decisions is coming, hinting towards Shannon Sharp about to give some swift consequences. It was like it was a really nasty video on behalf of Stephen A. Smith.
All that I spoke to Shannon, not in details, but I spoke to him, and he emphatically proclaims his innocence.
Yeah.
According to Mr. Busby, his client emphatically proclaims his guilt.
This is a shake-up for sure.
So where does that leave us? I'd love to tell you that I know the answer to that question, but I don't. I am the executive producer of First Take on ESPN. I recruited Shannon. I went and got him and brought him to ESPN. But I'm not the boss.
They just be making shit worse than what it ain't. Honestly.
There are layers to this, and there are certain layers even I am not on.
Man, listen. It's a chick that
I can tell you
literally set him up. Clearly, you got the text messages with the consent. They was just doing some freaky shit, and she tried to just switch it up because they heard she was getting that $100 million contract with something. They offered her $10 million. $10 fucking million. And she is nope, she want 50. Somebody says a pimp behind there. It might be Tony Bugsby.
I also spoke to co-chairman of Disney, the boss, Jimmy Pitaro, who made it very, very clear we are taking this matter very seriously. And we are looking into this very, very closely. And once we gather as many facts as we possibly can, we will go from there. Okay. And that is all he said.
All right.
And I can mention his name because I received his permission to say that. I don't know what that means.
How they treating Shannon Sharpe ain't right, bruh. Nobody is coming to Shannon Sharpe's defense. They essentially is throwing Shannon Sharpe away. They're pretty much treating these allegations as if it's true. That was the overall theme of this. Right? Like Stephen A. Smith went back and forth on, I don't know, we're going to have to wait. We're going to have... Like, he was damn near skirting the line as if he believed these allegations. And a lot of people, shout out Cameron and Mace, they called out Stephen A. Smith because this is
this is diabolical.
Between Stephen A. Smith responding back to Jay-Z allegations and responding back to Shannon Sharpe allegations. With the Jay-Z allegations, he was stomping his foot, speaking with aggression, calling Jay-Z a friend, talking about this is impossible. Jay-Z would never do this. This is a shakedown. This is not true. But when speaking on his own homie, Shannon Sharpe, bruh, Stephen A. Smith can't even declare whether or not he thinks Shannon Sharpe is innocent.
That clearly they were going to go after Sean Diddy Combs. That is the United States government. Mr. Busby is not that. He is a lawyer. I am not going to sit here and dismiss or excoriate Mr. Busby or his client, who's anonymous at this particular moment in time, and the allegations that she has leveled against Jay-Z.
This boy is a joke.
Here's what I will say.
This boy is a joke.
I'm broaching this story right now because we're talking about a friend of mine who is Jay-Z, somebody that I've known now for 25 years. And I'm going to state for the record, not calling anybody any names, not challenging Mr. Busby or the accuser, whomever. I'm telling you, I've known this man for 25 years. And I'm saying for me, Stephen A. Smith, there is no way in hell I believe this about him. The Jay-Z that I know is the Jay-Z that I've seen around teenagers, and he doesn't even want us playing the kind of music we kind of listen to in hip-hop. He made us turn it up.
He got paid to say this.
That dude who was in concert in 2004 performing alongside R. Kelly, who he grew to dislike
didn't get paid for
a lot, particularly because of the allegations that were leveled against him, who found things like that despicable and abhorrent. Anybody that's been around Jay-Z
I'm tired
and
of
knows him has seen him come to the defense of the most helpless amongst us.
Tony Busby, the same dude who you said he's not the U.S. government, he's not a criminal attorney, he's a lawyer filing a civil suit. And that shouldn't serve no indication of Jay-Z's guilt just because he's so... That's, it's literally the same situation. The same dude is suing Shannon Sharpe. So where is this defense of Shannon Sharpe? Where is this pavement stomping? Where is this fist in the air? Where is this aggression? A lot of people was thinking, bro, this is crazy. All right? and then you run to your YouTube channel to make a 20-minute video talking about Shannon Sharpe, and all you did was skirt over the lines. Bro, Stephen A. Smith did that video, bro, with like puppy dog eyes, as if like, the big boss told him, hey, bro, listen, yo, hop on that YouTube, bro, and do damage control for us, bro. Because when we fire Shannon Sharpe, who's very beloved, we don't want any type of backlash, bro. So hop on your YouTube and make it sound good for us. That's what that sounds like. Because Stephen A. Smith was talking with puppy dog eyes. It's like he didn't really give him type of concrete opinion. It was a video that was worthless. Like, no concrete opinion, no nothing. You just looking at us with puppy dog eyes, telling us what took place that we already knew. Like, you skirting the line, playing the 50, playing the middle, while also saying your bosses are like gonna have to make tough decisions, but whatever they do, you support it. Oh, come on, man. This is nasty work. Now, Cameron and Mace called out Stephen A. Smith for defending Jay-Z, but leaving Shannon Sharpe out to dry, even though he works with Shannon Sharpe every day, and he considers Shannon Sharpe a friend in the past.
All I saw really was the interview with Stephen A. when he was speaking of it. And I was watching it very carefully, Killer.
Stephen A. said something about this already?
Yeah, because Stephen A., he didn't stand with Shannon Sharpe like he stood with Jay-Z. When he heard about Jay-Z, he said, the guy I know, this is not true. When it came to Shannon, he was like, I wasn't there.
Yo,
in a nutshell, yeah.
I gotta keep it static, you know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't there for Jay-Z neither. You wasn't there for Jay-Z. You were not there for Jay-Z, but you went out on a limb because of the character of guy you know. So I'm not saying that you're wrong for that. I'm saying I would have thought that the same standard would be there, right? For a guy you work with every day. Or not every day, but,
Damn near.
And I'm not taking a shot at Stephen A. It's just an observation.
It does sound like you were taking shots at Stephen A. From what you said, I didn't see Stephen A. shit, but what I'm gathering, what you said from Stephen A. said, he basically said, I don't know that like that.
Well, I ain't putting my hundreds of millions on the line for him.
The industry is fake, yo. Stephen A. Smith feels like he could benefit from Jay-Z. He probably don't really see too much he could benefit from Shannon Sharpe, since Shannon Sharpe is his understudy at ESPN. But honestly, if we're being smart here, or if we're being honest here, this was the smart business decision. You don't stick your neck out for everybody, bro. You feel me? You just got $100 million from ESPN. The last thing you want to do, bro, is stick your neck out and get your bosses mad. Trust me, I'll learn from that, bro. You feel me? There was a situation with this guy called Lil Boom. K90 Jake posted a paperwork of Lil Boom going around Walmart alleging to record women under like their skirts. Just weird, right? So when the paperwork dropped, Lil Boom told everybody close to him that it was not true, that this is cap, that like there was some type of allegation, but he was found not guilty. It was all cap, and he actually sent around fake paperwork, right? Like, Boom went out of his way to send fake paperwork to prove that this paperwork surfacing is fake. So I said, okay, hey, listen, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. If paperwork is fake, it's not true, and it's the real paperwork here you just sent, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, bro. All right? So then, as it began to progress, a video got released. Now, when the first video got released, Boom was like, aha, see, I told y'all I was innocent. Because the video essentially didn't show Boom recording under dresses. It showed him walking to go grab something and then walking back the other way. He said, see, I told y'all I was innocent. I told y'all I didn't do it. If I did it, where's the video at? So I was like, well, yeah, right? I mean, if he did it, where's the video at? So at this point, after Boom done sent us fake paperwork, he, I guess, knew this was a partial video and this wasn't a full video, but the partial video didn't really show him do anything. He said, see, I told y'all I'm innocent. Had us all fooled, had me convinced. And then the full video dropped of him doing exactly what they accused him of in that paperwork. And now people were looking at me like, Flacco, that's your man you stuck your neck out for. And I'm like, Yo, I was wrong. Dude's nasty. Dude's a creep. You feel me? But yo, I was hoodwinked. I was fooled. Right? You know, I give somebody the benefit of the doubt when I probably shouldn't. Right? After seeing fake paperwork, after seeing the first initial video that he claims is proof he did nothing wrong, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But then once the evidence got released, once the evidence dropped, I realized I was hoodwinked, I was tricked, and I haven't spoken to Lil Boom ever since. You know, and I think he's he's a despicable degenerate. Right?
Yeah,
He's nasty.
evidence is what it is. You gotta
just
see
me
this
going
shit.
through that experience and me being able to share with you guys, I understand Stephen A. Smith not wanting to stick his neck out. Truth be told, maybe Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Smith aren't that cool. Because Shannon Sharpe, former stylist, will release messages between him and Shannon Sharpe where Shannon Sharpe is telling him that he don't get along or like a lot of Stephen A. Smith friends. All right? Yo, Stephen A. Smith is cool with Lil Wayne, right? He's cool with Matt Barnes. He's cool with Shady McCoy. He's cool with Joy, right? He's really close with Shaq. So if you hate all my friends or you and all my friends don't get along, then chances are me and you probably don't get along. And we just getting along when it comes to this ESPN gig that we're doing together, and we're not really close. And I do think it's the fact that Shannon Sharpe just stated that he's a loner. He states to himself he don't like many people. I do believe that's the reason we haven't been seeing too much support for Shannon Sharpe from other media personalities. We haven't really been seeing people stick their neck out for Shannon Sharpe because, if you don't get along with that many people, bro, then that's damn near half of sports media, right? So if you don't get along with most people in sports media, then there's really not going to be anybody that's coming to your defense. As a matter of fact, some of these dudes might be getting ready to really kick your back in. Now, I know there has been rumors floating around that Shaq is behind this because, like Matt Barnes.
All right, it ain't talking about much. We want to get to the main part. You feel me? So it's a part 2. Y'all stay tuned because I'm finna post that right after this. It might be somewhere right here. Check it out.
Ex-girlfriend released audio from Matt Barnes where he's telling her, "Hey, bro, I know you're in the LA scene. I know you were around, Shannon Sharpe in his neck of the woods.
Shit.
My homie Shaq is paying people for some information and dirt on Shannon Sharpe. If you got some information, I can get you a match."
Y'all pay
so
attention.
because this audio